Jim Hill is here now with how one of the most decorated swimmers in Olympic history is trying to help those affected by the wildfire.
He always has, and he told me he always will. That is for sure. When you think about it, countless organizations are really stepping up to assist those impacted by the wildfires. Our Jamie Maggio learned how the Olympians and Paralympians Relief Fund is really trying to help, led by legendary USC swimmer and Pasadena resident, John Naber.
We say there's no such thing as a former Olympian or Paralympian. You're an Olympian for life. And it's a club you earn your way into, and you can never lose your way out of it.
John Naber is one of the greatest swimmers of all time, leading USC to 4 national championships and winning 4 gold medals at the 1976 Olympics. For nearly 2 decades, he has been leading the effort to take care of those who have fallen on hard times.
There was an alumni association of which I was on board, and somebody came and said, I have a friend who's living out of a trailer and they're stealing electric power from their neighbors, and he's an Olympian. Can we do something? And we passed the hat that afternoon, raised about $600–700, and got him some prescription meds and some help. He passed away less than a year later, but we all felt good about doing something. And so the OPRF has been doing that since 2006. We raise money from Olympians and Paralympians. We are run by a board of Olympians and Paralympians, and we give money back to Olympians and Paralympians. It's a very low overhead, high value proposition. We don't solve their problems, but we demonstrate solidarity with them. And these grants can easily reach $5,000, which will not rebuild a burnt house, but it will make somebody feel like they're a part of this Olympic family one more time.
What other sorts of instances have you provided relief for?
Our grants are limited to Olympians and Paralympians who've hit a speed bump through no fault of their own. We call it accident, illness, injury, or natural disaster. And we've had athletes who had eye cancer, and the insurance covered the treatment, but not the false new eyeball. And so we paid for that. We've had athletes who've had commuting issues to get kidney dialysis. And insurance will cover the procedure, but the loss of work and the cost of travel.
With the Eaton fire burning, John had to evacuate his home in Pasadena.
We had the resources where we could be safe in a hotel for a couple of nights. We're back home now and feel greatly relieved, but also a little bit guilty because of the remarkable suffering that our neighbors, our friends, the board member here at the Aquatic Center lost a home. You know, everybody knows somebody who's suffering right now, and this is the time where we need to be sensitive and helpful if we can. One of the things I'm really hoping that this interview can accomplish is that we can find Olympians who are too proud to ask for help, but their house burned up or they lost their car, and they're entitled to apply for a grant. You can help them out a little bit, and it seems to matter, and it allows us to remain part of that family.
And it is incredible to see those in the community reaching out to help others during this very, very difficult period of time. And it just reminds me over and over again about Dr. King when he says, giving back to your fellow mankind is one of the most noble things anyone can do. And look at how many noble individuals we have in our community.
I can listen to him go on and on and on and on, how they're helping their particular group, Olympians and Paralympians.
And we need more people to help too, that's for sure.
Yeah. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Jim.